Welcome back to another Explainer, guys. We've got an absolute roller coaster of a story for you today. We're talking about the ultimate sky adventure. A $1 plane ticket versus a $500,000 plane ticket? It's one of the craziest, most extreme challenges ever created by the legend himself, Mr. Beast. So buckle up and make sure your tray tables are stowed because we are taking off right now. All right, let's just jump right in with a massive question for you. Seriously, think about this for a second. Would you rather fly for just a single lonely dollar or spend $500,000 on one ticket? It's kind of a wild choice, right? On one hand, you've got a flight that costs less than a candy bar, and on the other, a ticket that costs as much as a giant house. Sounds totally impossible. But in the story we're unpacking today, this choice is 100% real. Section 1. The Ultimate Flight Challenge. Okay, $500,000. That is a 5 with 5 zeros behind it. I mean, what could possibly be on an airplane to make it cost that much? Are the seats made out of solid gold? Is there a personal chef flipping pancakes for you up in the clouds? Keep that giant number in the back of your mind, because what you actually get for that price is gonna completely blow your mind. So here is the ultimate showdown. In one corner, you've got the $1 ticket. It is literally the bare minimum. Honestly, you're lucky to even get a seat. Then, in the opposite corner, the $500,000 ticket. Guys, it isn't even a seat anymore, it's a flying mansion. It's kind of like comparing a rusty old bicycle to a teleporting spaceship. How are these two things even flying in the exact same sky? Section 2. The $1 ticket. This crazy journey begins at the very bottom, for literally just $1. Think about what you can even buy with $1 right now. A tiny bag of gum, maybe, but an entire airplane flight? Imagine just walking up to the airport, handing the pilot a crinkled up $1 bill and saying, "Take me to the skies, Captain." You're squeezed way in the back, your knees are practically touching your chin, the engines are super loud, and yeah, there are definitely zero free snacks. It's exactly what happens when you empty your piggy bank and only find 4 quarters. Section 3. A $500,000 flight. Now, imagine this timeline is like a pirate's treasure map. These are the exact coordinates in our story where the craziest stuff happens. At 4 minutes and 50 seconds in, we hit a lounge area. Just 9 seconds later, at 4:59, boom, a bedroom. And then way down the map at minute 9 and 12 seconds, we arrive at the craziest part, one of the busiest events ever. Let's crack open these treasure chests one by one, shall we? Section 4. Lounges and flying bedrooms. Welcome to the Sky Mansion, guys. I'm basically going to be your tour guide right now, so look around. You're definitely not squeezed between two people fighting over an armrest anymore. You are standing inside an impossible level of luxury. This isn't just an airplane. It's practically a 5-star hotel that just happens to be rocketing through the clouds. Let's explore exactly what's hidden inside this thing. First up, that massive lounge area at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Picture having a giant living room, maybe some comfy couches, a huge TV, just chilling out with your friends while floating thousands of feet above the earth. And then the absolute wildest part, an actual bedroom at 4:59, like a real full-sized bed. You can put on your pajamas, go to sleep, and wake up in a completely different country. No way, right? Section 5. The busiest event ever. At exactly minute 9 and 12 seconds into this epic challenge, the whole vibe totally flips. It turns into what's called one of the busiest events ever. Just think about that. You're chilling in a flying mansion, and suddenly it's not just about relaxing. It is a full-on, sky-high event. It really goes to show that when you're spending $500,000, you aren't just buying a ride from point A to point B. You're buying a completely wild, unforgettable memory. Section 6. Millions joined the adventure. Boom. 570,929,547. That is how many times people watched this amazing adventure. To put that massive number into perspective for you, that's more than the entire populations of the United States, Canada, and Mexico combined. All of them tuning in to see this $1 versus $500,000 showdown. Absolutely mind-blowing. And it wasn't just people simply watching it. They absolutely loved it. Over 9.1 million people smashed the like button on this story. It really proves that there's just something universally fascinating about seeing these two extreme ends of the spectrum. We all want to know what the absolute cheapest possible option looks like, and we all love to dream about what the absolute most expensive thing looks like. Let's rapid fire some stats about this massive digital universe. The adventure dropped on April 1st, 2023. And no joke, right on April Fool's Day. But the whole thing was completely real. It sparked so much hype that 176,000 fans were down in the comments talking about it. And it was all created by a channel with an unbelievable 509 million subscribers. At that point, it's not even a channel anymore. It's its own entire digital universe where impossible stories come to life. And you know what? This plane ticket story is really just one piece of a gigantic puzzle. Just imagine these other wild challenges from the exact same universe. A $1 versus a $1 billion yacht. A $1 versus a $10 million job. We're talking houses up to $100 million and hotel rooms up to $1 million. This sky adventure is literally just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to these epic, dirt cheap versus crazy expensive showdowns. So what does this all mean? Well, this wasn't just a trip. It was a massive worldwide event. By taking something as simple as a plane ticket and stretching it to the absolute extreme limits, $1 on one end and $500,000 on the other, it creates a story that hundreds of millions of people all over the globe want to share in. It's all about imagination, curiosity, and the thrill of seeing the impossible become possible. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, but I want to leave you with a massive cliffhanger. Knowing everything we just talked about, what extreme adventure would you want to see next? A $1 versus $1 million treehouse? Or maybe a $1 versus a $1 billion submarine? Let your imagination run totally wild and keep exploring. Thanks so much for joining us on this incredible sky adventure today. Stay curious, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.